What's everybody? I'm Mike.
I'm Nick.
We're the Brothers Murph. Was it too much?
I don't want to do much.
We need to relax.
That might have been.
I should keep it chill.
We need to keep it chill.
We're the Brothers Murph.
Hi, everybody. And this is our top 10 relaxing games.
Chill.
This is going to be our top 10 relaxing games. These are the kind of games you play at the end of the night, after work, after dinner, with like a roommate, a spouse, whatever, and just try to relax. Not super heavy or thinky or stressful. Just like, okay, this is nice. This is nice. Just play. This is going to be our top 10 relaxing games. Our number 10 is a great little game called Fluttering Souls. This is a two-player only game, and it's a card drafting and set collection game where you'll be collecting sets of butterflies. And this game is really cool because it has a setup kind of like Seven Wonders Duel, where the cards you'll be drafting will be in some kind of configuration down on the table, and as you draft cards, other cards become revealed and become available. So it's a little bit of tension because you don't want to give your opponents the cards they need to collect sets for points. And this game is very, very short. You actually play a best of 3 in this game, and each round you actually pull out a different configuration card, so the setup of cards on the table will be different every single time, and that adds a little bit of variety in this very quick but ultimately very satisfying and nice relaxing set collection game.
So our number 9 is Onirim. Now, for a game being set in a nightmare, it's pretty chill. In this game, you are trying to escape a nightmare by playing sets of cards in an order to collect keys that will open up doors so that you can finally escape your nightmare. And among the deck of cards that you're drawing from, there are nightmare cards. They're gonna make you lose keys, they're gonna make you kind of set you back and shuffle your deck. Now this game for us is really relaxing because the app is really cool. You can play on your phone, or if you play the physical game, there's a cathartic amount of shuffling that takes place. And so it's just a kind of quiet, cool, beautiful looking game where it's sort of a card puzzle, just trying to lay out the right cards in the right order, pushing your luck a little bit to try to get those keys to escape your nightmare. So the whole thing just kind of comes off really well, and it's not as scary as you might think when you're still asleep.
Our number 8 is a game called Herbaceous. Herbaceous is great, also looks really good, got Best Silva art. Best Silva's the best, it's amazing. But this is a game where you are collecting sets of herbs. It's one of our family's favorite games. If you didn't know, there's actually 2 more Murphs. We have a brother and a sister. It's one of our favorite games to play together when we're just hanging out and chatting. This is a game where you'll be collecting sets of herbs. On your turn, you're gonna draw 2 cards. The first card you draw either goes into your private garden or out into the public garden, which everyone can grab from. But then the second card you draw has to go to whatever garden you didn't choose for the first one. And at the beginning of every turn, you can choose to pot one of your 4 pots. And there's some tough choices because you can only pot each pot once. And when you pot things, you can grab things from your private garden or the public garden. So do you wait for more stuff to go out to the public garden, but Mike might grab the stuff before I have a chance to, and then I'm out on some points. It's really, really fun. Got the perfect amount of tension, but still keeping it relaxed. Herbaceous is really great.
So number 7 is Pagoda. This is a 2-player game where you're gonna be playing out cards to build pillars and floors to actually build some physical pagodas. Now for us, this game is very much a back and forth 2-player kind of, you're getting points every turn trying to keep up with each other, but it becomes relaxing because you're actually physically building these pagodas in front of you. And something about that for me always takes some of the tension out of the game and keeps it accessible and chill, despite it being a very much heads-up 2-player experience, because this game is all about, I don't want to build a bunch of things that sets up my opponent really well to make a big opportunity to get these floors of pagodas down and make a lot of points, because the higher the pagoda as you're building, the more valuable it becomes. So I'm really trying to make sure that I set myself up for opportunities for me later while denying my opponent all the great juicy points. But again, with the setting and everything that you're actually building, seeing that game come up from the table is just super chill for me. You know what's relaxing? Cute little tea shops. And Chai is our number 6. In Chai, you're running your own
tea shop and you're trying to fulfill customers' orders. They all want different kinds of tea. You can have like ginseng tea, lavender, berry tea, herbal tea, all different kinds of stuff. And they also might want pantry items like sugar, milk, cinnamon, vanilla, that kinds of things. They have a different makeup of things they want. You have to gather those resources and then fulfill that order, and that will give you money essentially and points. And it's just really, really, it just works. It's kind of maybe a heavier gateway game, but you could really teach it to new people. It also has a really wonderful look to it. It's incredibly accessible in many different ways. And it's about tea, you know? There's not a lot of contention, and that's great. It's not meant to be that, and it works at everything it's trying to do. Chai is really great. We love it, and that's why it's our number 6.
You know, some people always say, Mike, you have your head in the clouds. And in this game, that's a good thing, because in Stellar, you're looking to the skies through a telescope to try to find all sorts of celestial bodies. They have things like moons, planets, you have black holes and the like, and this is sort of a semi-tableau building set collection game where you are going to be playing cards into your telescope, which is going to be all the things that you can see in the sky, and then you're going to be creating a notebook that's going to be creating runs of cards of those same celestial bodies to enable scoring. So in my little tableau, I might have a group of moons that give me all these different stars, but what those stars are worth is going to be dependent on how many moons, the largest set that I can create in my notebook. You have to balance both. So this game is really cool because it's a 2-player game that's 11 rounds long, because every round you're going to add 1 card to your notebook, and you're also going to add 1 card to your telescope. There's a little bit of tableau building spatial element while creating cool art, and just the way that the board looks as you fill it up, it really does give this sense of wonder of looking up into the skies and wondering what's out there. So Stellar is a great one, and that's why it's our number 5.
Our number 4 is one of the games that we've actually had the longest, and that is Lanterns. When we first thought of this list, this was the first thing that popped in my head. I really love Lanterns, and it's one of my favorite games to just play when I want to relax and chill. In this game, you are gathering lantern cards that you're going to then dedicate to the Emperor for points. That comes through putting out these lantern tiles. When you put out these lantern tiles, they have a couple different colors of lanterns on them, and then whatever lantern is pointing at you when you put the tile out, you'll gain a card of that color. But every other person gets the lanterns that's pointing at them from the tile that you just put out. So everyone always gets cards on everyone's turn, which is nice because there's no downtime, but also causes a little bit of tension because you want to get what you need to dedicate to the Emperor for points, but you don't want to just give everyone else what they need. So you do have to pay attention to what everyone's kind of going for, but it's still relaxed. It's still nice. You can have a nice cup of tea and chat over it. It's really, really great. And we've had lanterns for a long time and we still love it.
Our number 3 is Bärenpark. There's nothing really quite so satisfying as building a beautiful zoo where happy animals can live and people can come visit. In this game by Phil Walker Harding, you are putting down tiles like rivers and greenery areas and different animal enclosures, and what you cover up on your little player boards are going to give you more tiles that you can gain to build in future rounds. So in this game, it's sort of a race to complete 4 different boards to fill out your entire zoo, and it's up to you what kind of bears you want to feature, but everything comes down to a really calm spatial puzzle with all these polyomino tiles that are all going to give you points. So I like it because it's super accessible. The central board is well laid out where if you cover up an icon with a wheelbarrow, you know exactly which types of tiles you can gain. It's just about building a nice, efficient, logical zoo, because at the end of your game, you're going to have every possible space filled in with something. So you really have that sense of accomplishment. And it's just a kind of cool, fun theme where like anyone can get behind the idea of a zoo. It kind of taps into a childhood memory for me. And that's why it's our number 3.
Our number 2 is a game called Dragon Castle. This is kind of an abstract Mahjong-inspired game where you are going to be collecting sets of tiles in kind of a Mahjong way. So in the game, you're drafting tiles and you're putting them on your player board. Whenever you put 4 of the same color next to each other on your player board, they then flip over and give you points. But you get more points the more that you flip over at one time. So you want to put them in a configuration where you can flip as many over as possible at one time. And then you also want to build up, because the higher the better, so you can put shrines on top and score even more points. And it just works really, really well. All the tiles are very chunky and very, very satisfying to feel in the hand because they're nice and heavy. And it's just really, really cool, and it just works really well. It's very simple. You can teach it to people in about 5 minutes. It's just a really, really great abstract game that's, again, inspired by Mahjong if you like those kinds of games. It's really great.
So our number 1 is Cribbage, the ultimate chat and play cards game. For us, we were very young when we were taught Cribbage by our grandparents, and we grew up with this game being taught by them. We learned some basic arithmetic because of this, so there's some learning involved, but it's such an easy game to play that you can sit around a table and share time with each other. The game that you're playing is what's bringing you here, but it's not so much going on that you can't just have a nice chat. So that kind of idea of having a space to talk and connect while idly playing a game has always been something really important to us, and Cribbage has always been the first example we ever had of that kind of experience, and it's had this incredible staying power as a result. It's something that we hold very dear to our heart due to its nostalgic ties to our grandparents, and something that we hope to then pass on to future generations in our future. So Cribbage is the ultimate. It's a great classic card game for a reason, and we still love it to this day, so it's our number 1. So that was our top 10 relaxing, chill, calming games.
Nice.
I feel so calm right now just talking about those games. These are, again, games that kind of you can unwind with, you can chat over, you can just be left feeling kind of refreshed by them, instead of some games which are great can leave you feeling drained.
Exactly. This one you're kind of like always smiling, like, this is nice.
It's nice.
This is cool.
We're having a good time. It's a nice sunbeam of a game, you know?
You know?
What are your favorite sunbeam games? Put them in the comments below. Games that make you feel relaxed.
Games that are yellow.
That chill you out, or yellow. Put those in the comments below, and until next time, I'm Mike.
I'm Nick.
We're the Brothers Murph, and we'll see you in the next top 10.
Bye, everybody.